if we solve certain economic problems, for example, and we have a world where people are not committed to drudgery, we shall discover social evil in some new form. It's exactly the same as when you're worried sick about money, and are you going to make the payments on the house and the car and all that, and the insurance. You think, if only I could have a lot more money, I'd be so happy. And then somehow you get it. And for a few days you're ecstatic and walking on air. Then you suddenly realize that you might get sick. Or that someone, the government or burglars or something, might take your money away from you. And you start worrying about that with just the same intensity as you had formerly worried about not having enough money. So we always find, if you are a worry bird, you will always find something to worry about, no matter what happens in your external circumstances. And so we may be assured that when the human race goes to full economic prosperity, and there is nothing further to be worried about in the way of housing and clothing and food, that we shall instead worry quite fervently about something else. Because you see, we are always really in the same place. This is the basic understanding of relativity. It always reminds me of Sir Cedric Hardwicke when asked about his life. He died just a little while ago, and he lived, therefore, across the centuries. He said, if I had really had my wish as to when I would have liked to have lived, I would have liked to have been a grown adult in the high Victorian age with penicillin. Now, those of us, therefore, who remember from childhood the abominable dentistry of the British, are very thankful indeed for American dentistry. I remember as a boy that dentistry was just torture, and the American dentists have changed all that. I am therefore in a position of relativity to remember this change and still feel its effect, and I'm very grateful for it. But my children, who are accustomed to fine American dentistry from the beginning, are less appreciative of the situation, and therefore have other worries. So you see, when I would say one of the great philosophical questions is, are we going to make it? That all beings at every scale whatsoever, from the angels and gods at the very highest development of evolution, down to the most obscure little creepy crawlies, all feel about life the same way. Are we going to make it? An angel's problem is a very different kind of problem from the problem of a common worm. But as Meister Eckhart said, if a stone were as aware as an angel, a stone could be as happy as an angel, or perhaps as miserable. It is said in the holy texts of Christianity that there are occasions upon which the angels weep. What sort of thing would make an angel weep, you see? Ooh!